Good morning, students. Welcome back to P.N.AMERSEY e-learning classes. Students, today we are going to learn part 3 of chapter number 10, Reaching the Age of Adolescence. Friends, let's start our today's video with the topic Secondary Sexual Characteristics in Humans. There are two types of sexual characteristics in human beings: primary sexual characteristics and secondary sexual characteristics. The sexual characteristics which are present at birth are called primary sexual characteristics. Primary sexual characteristics include internal and external sex organs which are present in babies at the time of their birth. The primary sexual characteristics in males are testes, penis and seminal vesicles, etc. The primary sexual characteristics in females or girls are ovaries, oviducts, uterus and vagina, etc. The primary sexual characteristics are directly involved in reproduction. The sexual characteristics controlled by hormones which distinguish between sexually mature males and females but are not directly involved in reproduction are called secondary sexual characteristics. In secondary sexual characteristics, the body parts or then sex organs, we can say, develop special features which make it easier to distinguish a boy from a girl. For example, the growth of facial hair like mustache and beard in boys is a secondary sexual characteristics which help to distinguish between a mature boy and a girl, because as you know that facial hair do not grow in girls. Similarly, the development of breast in girls is a secondary sexual characteristics which helps to distinguish a girl from a boy. As you know that boys do not develop breast. The secondary sexual characteristics start developing at the time of puberty and continue to develop through the period of adolescence. Now students, I will explain you the main secondary sexual characteristics of males, that means boys. First one is hair grow on face in the form of mustaches, मतलब मूछें, and beard, beard मतलब दाढ़ी in boys. Secondary sexual characteristics in male is shoulders and chest broaden in boys. Third one is a deep voice in boys. Fourth one is Adam's apple develop in front of throat in boys. The secondary sexual characteristics in boys are produced by the male sex hormones called testosterone made in testes. And the main secondary sexual characteristics in females, that means girls, are: first one is development of breast in girls. Second one is hips broaden and becomes curved and prominent in girls. Prominent means visible. Third one is a shrill voice in girls. The secondary sexual characteristics in girls are produced by the female sex hormones called estrogen made in ovaries. Now our next topic is hormones. Students, this is very important topic. You must listen to me very carefully. Hormones are the chemical substances which coordinate the activities of living organism, including human beings also, and also their growth. Hormones are made and secreted by specialized tissues in the body called endocrine glands. It means hormones are secreted by endocrine glands. They are present in the body of our living beings. The hormones are poured directly into the blood and carried throughout the body by the blood circulatory system. The hormones act on specific tissues or specific organs in the body called target sites. A hormone is produced by an endocrine gland in one part of human body but causes a particular effect in another part of the body. Hormones are of many different types and perform different functions in the body. The hormones involved in the development and control of the reproductive organs and secondary sexual characteristics are called sex hormones. The two common sex hormones are testosterone and estrogen. Now I will tell you the role of hormones in initiating reproductive function. The hormones play an important role in initiating the reproductive functions of adolescents. This is because the change which occur at adolescence are controlled by hormones. In other words, the onset of puberty is controlled by hormones. The production of sex hormones are under the control of another hormone secreted by pituitary gland, which is present in the head region of our body. Students, our next topic is reproductive phase of life in humans. Adolescents become capable of reproduction at puberty when their testes and ovaries begin to produce gametes. Gametes means sperms and eggs. Adolescent boys grow and become men. Adolescent girls grow and become women. In men, the capacity to produce male gametes or sperm usually last throughout life. It means the men can produce sperms throughout life. But in women, the capacity to produce female gamete, that is eggs or ova, last only up to about 45 to 50 years of age. That means women can produce gametes only up to 45 to 50 years of age. Due to this, the reproductive phase of life in men lasts much longer than in women. We will now discuss the reproductive phase of life in human female in detail. In female, the reproductive phase of life begins at puberty, that is from the age of 10 to 12 years, and generally lasts till the age of approximately 45 to 50 years. Students, this is a picture of a menstrual cycle. In first picture, a thick lining is shown which grows in the uterus to receive the fertilized egg cell. In second picture, egg waiting for the sperm to get fertilized. In third picture, in the case the egg cell is not fertilized, the thick uterus lining breaks down, leading to bleeding. This is called menstruation or period. With the onset of puberty, the eggs or ova begin to mature in ovaries of a woman. One mature egg is released by one of the ovaries of the woman once in about 28 to 30 days. During this period, the inner lining of uterus grows and becomes thick and spongy and prepares itself to receive the fertilized egg. So in case the fertilization of egg cell occurs by a sperm, the fertilized egg cell begins to divide to form an embryo. The embryo then gets embedded in the thick uterus lining. This results in pregnancy, which ultimately leads to the birth of a baby. Now we will discuss that what happens if the fertilization of egg cell does not take place. Now students, I will explain you what happens if the fertilization of egg cell does not take place. If fertilization does not occur, then the egg released by the ovary dies within a few days and the thick lining breaks down. Since the thick uterus lining contains a lot of blood vessels, therefore the breaking down of uterus lining produces blood along with other tissues. This blood and other tissues come out of vagina of woman in the form of a bleeding. The bleeding from the uterus, which occurs in a woman every month, is called menstrual flow or menstruation. Menstruation occurs once in about 28 to 30 days. Menstruation occurs every 28 to 30 days because ovulation occurs after every 28 to 30 days. In everyday language, menstruation is called monthly periods or just periods. It is also called menses. Menstruation usually lasts from about 3 to 5 days in a month. The first occurrence of menstruation at puberty is called menarche. Menstruation stops permanently when a woman reaches the age of about 45 to 50 years. The permanent stoppage of menstruation in a woman is called menopause. The reproductive life of a woman starts at menarche and stops at menopause. So students, I will end my video here only. We will meet again in our next video. I will explain you the remaining part of this chapter. Up till then, thank you and goodbye.